Now that's the next topic and the next chapter for the O levels IGCSE book, that is data transmission. In data transmission, what it means, it simply means transmitting data between devices from one device to another device. So let's see the introduction of this chapter. Basically, what is data? Data is basically what all the data, all our digital information that is basically shared between devices, and the data travels in short distance and long distances. For example, if you connect two devices via through Bluetooth or through a small cable, that is data sharing at a short distance. And if you connect devices over over a network, over the internet, then that is basically long distance communication. Now, transmission must consider how data is sent, whether there are errors in the data, or how can we keep the data secure. These are the things that we must consider while sending data or sharing data between devices. Data is usually split into smaller parts for easier transmission, and the main contents of the data for the data for transmission is data packets. Basically, whenever we have to share a large data, then we convert break down that large data into smaller chunks, and those chunks are called packets. And we keep their size as some value, that is 64 kilobytes. You can say for one data, we can say it is a 64 kilobits chunk, and easier to send message and than larger data. Okay, because when we split that into smaller chunks, then the data is easier to send over the network or over any devices, between devices. Packets can travel through different routes. For example, this is the internet, and we have to send data from computer A to computer B, and we send data to our routes and divide. That is then divided into packets. And what router does? Router selects the other routes that are best for sending the data. Some packets choose the one route. Some packets choose the other route. Similarly, this process goes on as all the systems are connected with the routers. So each packet chooses the best route that they find, and that choosing is based on some algorithm that chooses the best path or the shortest path for them. Each packet finds different paths as the shortest path. Why? Because there is network traffic. So for some packets, the traffic is more in this route and less in this route. So whatever they find, they move according to that. Let's study that, and we will understand that even better. Let's see the structure of a packet. First part is the structure of a packet. When we divide our data into different packets, so thus every packet has the same structure, but they have different actual data. Now the header, it has three parts: header, then it has the other part is payload, next part is the trailer. Let's say, what is the header part? Header part contains the sender's IP address, receiver's IP address, and the sequence number for the correct order. Sequence number of the packet. Because once the packets are broken, the sequence numbers are assigned, and when the packets reach the final destination, they have to be reassembled, and sequence numbers help in reassembling those packets. And then there are also the total number of packets are also added to the structure of the packet. And then there is a payload, that is our actual data. The size of that data is around 64 kilobits. And then there is a trailer. It marks the end of the packet, contains error checking and all that stuff. Trailer is at the end because it has the uh, basically error checking algorithms. The one of the error checking algorithms is CRC, that is called Cyclic Redundancy Check. What it does, it counts the number of one bits in the data. You will understand that once we do the example. It stores result in trailer in hexadecimal value, and once first we calculate our CRC, and then we store its result in our trailer. Receiver recalculates the value. Receiver recounts the values of the actual data in bits, and then it if the counts is the same, then obviously no error. If count is different, then there is an error. Now let's see. This is basically the packet switching network. Computer with the router, and the computer B, that is receiver with the router. This computer A is a sender. Computer B is a receiver in this example. And they over the network, there are different routers connected to each other that send the whole data to the destination computer or the receiver computer. Data is split into packets and sent separately. Each packet takes its own route. Each packet is taking its own route. Routers decide the best path. These routers decide the best path for green packet. This router is deciding best path for the red packet. And similarly, all the routers decide the best path for their packets. Based on the traffic availability. It is based on the traffic availability that whether this packet has the traffic available or this packet has what traffic available. So they send the data there according to some algorithms. Role of router. Routers receive packets, read header information, forward packets to the next destination. Because in the header there is a receiver's IP address. In the header there is a sender's IP address. So routers read those the header values and choose the best route for each packet. Then there is a reassembly of packets. Means packets are reassembled at the destination or at the receiver's end. Receiver rearranges packets correctly, and once they are reassembled, obviously they are stored as whether it's a file or whatever data it is. Next is advantages. No need for single. Let's study the advantages in the next slide. We will study them in the details. But first, let's see the lost packets and hop numbers. There is a concept called hop number is used. What happens when we transmit data from one device to the other? When we transmit some data from this device to the other, some packets are lost in between the network. When the packets are lost, our working is has to be stopped or the packet has to be deleted from that. So in order to do that, what we do, we basically use hop numbers. Packets may get lost in the network. Hop number is added to the header. What that hop number contains, hop number is reduced by 1 at each router. From router A to router 2, once it is reached the packet, it is basically what it decreased by 1. If it reaches from to this R1, it reduces by 1 again. If it is reached from to this, it also reduces 1. If it moves from R3 to R7 or anywhere, it may end up losing. It may end up losing some its hop number, because it will start decreasing and the packet may lose in between here. So hop number may become 0. Once hop number becomes 0, it means the packet is not reaching its right destination where it should reach. So if it's not reaching, then the receiver requests that some packets are not arrived yet. So once it knows, so the receiver requests the missing packets again, and sender resends those packets. How it resends, there is a mechanism behind that. Okay, next is advantages of packet switching. Packet switching is basically efficient use of network resources as no single line is tied up. Because you can switch between different routes, so no single line is tied up. So can handle faults and busy lines by rerouting. For example, fault occurs at some route, so it can reroute to some other router as well, some other way or some other router as well. It is scalable for handling. We can add more routers for and handle data more efficiently, and offers high data transmission rates. We can do better data transmission using packet switching. Uh, and now the drawbacks are packets can be lost if introduces delays in real time. Real time, it's not ideal for the real time communication where we need quick responses. If packet keeps bouncing between routers, they can clog the network. Traffic congestion can occur. And now hop limit to prevent packet loss. Hop helps in preventing packet loss. Each packet is assigned a maximum hop number. Every time the packet passes through a router, the hop number is reduced by 1. If the hop number reaches 0, the packet is discarded. Okay, they put some limit to some maximum value for hop number, and if it reaches 0, this means that packet has to be discarded, and receiver has to ask for the missing packet. The receiver computer then requests retransmission of the missing packets. Now, hop number is explained again in detail. The hop number is a value assigned to a data packet that limits the number of routers it can pass through before being discarded if not delivered. Basically, hop numbers is usually, you can say, bigger than the number of routers. So this is why it if it stays greater than 0, it means it has reached its destination. Once it reaches 0, it means it has to be requested again. Its function, it keeps decrementing until it becomes 0. If it becomes 0, this means packet has to be requested again. It prevents infinite loops, avoids packets circulating endlessly. Efficient use of resources stops undeliverable packets from clogging the network. Okay, and error handling signals missing packets for retransmission. Example 1, sending a photo. Photo, when we have to send a photo from computer A to computer B, uh, photo is split into packets. Each packet sent through different routes, and routers guide packets which path they should take. Packets arrive in random order. Any packet can come first, any packet can come second, and this is why receiver has to rearrange them into the proper order. You can see the packet with the packet colors, that these are the packets sent in different order, and here the packets are received in different order. What computer B does, it reassembles those packets, and once it reassembles, and for that, of course, it does the error detection by using counting the number of ones. And so this is the next topic. So next is packet switching in video conference. So this is an example. This is a question. A video conference is taking place between delegates in two different countries. Packet switching is used to send video and sound data between them. Describe any potential problems with sound, because it is on the packet switching network. Definitely delays will be occurring, and there will be a lot of streaming problem. The video quality will be low, and video will be freezing, loss of sound, poor image quality. So these will be the problems that occur. Audio and video becoming unsynchronized. Someone speaks and the other one receives the voice later. Explain how these problems could be caused. These problems could be caused because packets may take different routes that may cause delays. Some packets may arrive out of order, which may means that words may reach later with delays, or not just with delays, in different order. Packets may be lost during data transmission. Some words may not reach the destination, and network congestion will slow down the delivery. Limited bandwidth may reduce the quality. Bandwidth is basically the capacity of the medium to transmit data. Of course, the medium's capacity will be affected if we do this transmission, because there's a whole stream of data is coming, and streaming data is not the best. Packet switching is not the best option for that. Downloading a large web page using packet switching. Now, whenever we have to download a large web page for, so what happens, web page is broken into smaller packets. Each packet is sent independently. Packets may travel using different routes. At the destination, packets are reassembled and missing packets are requested again. Explain what is meant by CRC is a cyclic redundancy check. It is basically generates a checksum. That means using some algorithm. Algorithm could be the counting the number of ones the checksum is sent along with the data. It is added to the trailer as the packet has the three parts: header, payload, and trailer. So checksum is added to the trailer. The receiver computer recalculates the checksum through the payload, and if the values match, if the values of the sender checksum and the receiver checksum is same, this means there is no error. Now let's see. Number of ones in this data in this given payload is 29. If same number of ones are counted at the receiver's end, so then this means there is no error. Data is correct. It doesn't mean that data will always be correct. There are some other algorithms that are to be added that will ensure more of the that will be more that will calculate it with more accuracy whether there is error or not. CRC does not 100% guarantee that there is no error, but still it does it to some level. Explain how packets can be lost during data transmission, network congestion, hardware failure, signal interference or noise, weak or unstable connections. How system deals with lost packets. Missing packets are detected using sequence numbers that are added to the header part of the data packets. Data packet has three parts: header, payload, and for the error detection, that is trailer. And So it uses sequence number to reassemble the packet at the receiver, and receiver requests retransmission if there is any error. And buffering allows smooth playback while waiting for packets. There's a concept of buffering. There's a memory that is stored for the packets, and that allows smooth playback while waiting for the packets. It's just like you are downloading something. There's a loading. Loading is appearing. This means that packet is at the buffering level. Means it is right now. It is in between the downloading process. It hasn't downloaded fully. Correction protocols help maintain flow. While packet switching improves data security, data is split into smaller packets. Packets may travel through different routes. Intercepting all packets is very difficult. Packets are often encrypted. Encrypted means that they are encoded with some values. Encoded means, for example, if we are sending A, then it may encode into X, B, C, Y, Z, X, any different kind of code. Then there is another question. Suppose we have a base scenario. A video conference is taking place in two countries. There are two delegates, delegate one in the USA and delegate two in the India. Means there is a group of people. Delegates are the group of people. Video and sound are sent between delegates using packet switching. Describe any potential problems with sound quality and video quality. Lag or delay, jitter. The video may appear choppy and means cutting, and sound may be uneven, pixelation or blurring, and parts of the audio might be missing, cut, or how these problems could be caused due to network congestion, obviously due to packet loss and insufficient bandwidth of the medium that is sending the data, uh, that is enabling communication between the data. So it may result in poor and video resolution, and latency means it causing delays. Importance of error detection in packet switching for video conferencing. Error detection ensures clear and reliable communication between delegates. Maintaining data integrity prevents glitches or missing frames. Ensuring reliable transmission detects and corrects errors from network issues. Retransmitting corrupt packets. Basically, this is the importance of error detection. It helps in maintaining data integrity, means it prevents the glitches and missing frames. It ensures reliable transmission and retransmitting corrupt packets, and keeping video and audio in synchronization, and avoid mismatched lip movement, and minimizing data loss prevents major disruptions in data conversation. And techniques like checksums, parity bits, and CRC, they are basically error checking methods. They help maintain smooth communication. Why do errors occur during data transmission? Errors occur due to various factors, including electrical noise and interference, external signals from other devices, or electromagnetic interference can alter transmitted bits. Then there is weak signals. Long distance communication can weaken signals, leading to data corruption. Hardware malfunctions, faulty cables, network devices that may cause errors. These are basically communication mediums. Collision in network traffic. When multiple devices send data simultaneously, packet collisions may cause data loss or corruption. Common causes of transmission errors. Transmission external factors: lightning, power surges, electromagnetic interference, human errors, accidental deletion, incorrect configurations, hardware software faults, in failing memory modules, damaged storage disks. These are basically common causes of transmission errors. Okay, now the importance of error detection. Error detection uh, helps in reliable communication, accurate financial transactions, secure data storage. That's it for this data transmission topic. For the this is the first lecture of Unit 2. So let's end it, and we'll move to the